Let's look at our next question. It says, okay, in humans, blood groups are coded for more than 2 alleles. Now, people, when we always have 2 alleles. You have one allele will sit on your paternal chromosome, and we did this on Thursday in preparation for paper 1. Okay, when we were doing the meiosis process. So you must remember DNA and genetics. When you look at genetics, what is genetics? It's the way those alleles from your paternal chromosome and your alleles from your maternal chromosome, your homologous chromosomes, how they match up, or if they're different or if they're the same, but you're always going to have 2. One from mom, one from dad, that makes you. Okay? So whether it's dominant, whether it's recessive, doesn't matter. One allele from mommy, one allele from daddy, and the 2 alleles together make you who you are. When there's a mess and you have non-disjunction, you may end up of chromosome number 21, you end up with a child with 47 chromosomes, 3 copies of chromosome 21, and you end up with a Down syndrome child. Okay, that's relevant for this exam as well. All right, now, you've always got 2 alleles, but when there are more alleles that code for the same thing, okay, because they're more, they're actually 3, all right, we then say it is multiple alleles. Multiple alleles will code for blood groups. They're 3. Now, Richard has blood group AB. His daughter has Nomzama has blood group BI. Okay, now I'll explain all of this to you now. Richard's wife, Nosifo, has blood group A. How many alleles code for blood groups? There is, now you must remember this is actually very easy. We've got A, okay, you've got blood group B, and you've got blood group AB, and you have blood group O. This is not the answer. What I'm doing here is I'm telling you what we end up with. So how many alleles do you see here? You see A, B, and O. So, and I wrote it there anyway. So how many code? There are 3. There's A, B, and O. All right, now, they want the phenotypes and the genotypes. But before we go there, I want to show you. Okay, so we have for blood group A. And it's all to do with the proteins that we find on, you've got the little red blood cell and the little proteins that sit on this little red blood cell. And if there are no proteins on the little red blood cell, none, then it is blood group O. Okay, so how do we write it? The line is for the allele. So this would be allele A. Or you could have, this would be homozygous, or you can get heterozygous for A, will be allele A and I, which is codes for blood group O. Okay? I'm going to put here in brackets O, that's for blood group O. So this is heterozygous. Then we get blood group B is going to be B, or you have heterozygous B, and that is coding for blood group O. Then we have co-dominance of A and B. In other words, they dominate equally. When you have complete dominance, it would be like hair color. So you would have brown hair color versus blonde hair color, or white. Let's say a black mouse versus a white mouse. The black is going to dominate over the white. So when you have the two mate and you have babas, all the babies are going to be heterozygous. If they've got a dominant allele, it masks the recessive allele. So you're going to end up with babies that are all black. If you have incomplete dominance, you have a rat that mates with a white rat, and you end up with babies that are gray, then it's incomplete dominance. You end up with a third different phenotype. Okay, but when you have co-dominance, it means both dominate together. So in the case of the rats, you'd have a black rat and a white rat, and when they mate together, you end up with a black rat with white spots or a white rat with black spots. So it's incomplete. Both of them dominate equally. There's not one that dominates more than the other. So with co-dominance between A and B, we have blood group AB, which gives us our fourth blood group. And this is important. You have to understand that there are 3 alleles that code. Okay, but those 3 alleles are going to end up making or be responsible for 4 blood groups in the phenotype. And that's going to be A, B, AB, and O. So 4 blood groups in the phenotype and 3 alleles in your genotype. So here we go. So we say, right, for blood group AB, we are going to have allele A and we have allele B. There we go. And now this is recessive and this is recessive. So for blood group O is recessive. Why? Because A and B are co-dominant. So O is recessive. And O being recessive, you need for blood group O, you must have both alleles must be recessive for you to have blood group O. Okay, so this would be blood group A, that's blood group B, homozygous, heterozygous. Homozygous, heterozygous. Remember, homo is the same and hetero is different. Okay, so homozygous, heterozygous. Homozygous, heterozygous. So in other words, if I have a parent with blood group A and they have a baby with blood group B, so the parent will have blood group A and B, so it could be this parent and it could be this parent, and then they will produce a baby that has blood group O. Okay, or if it's AB, they can produce a baby that has blood group AB because you can have this allele and that one that come together. So when you have heterozygous blood group A and heterozygous blood group B and they have a baby, they can have their children can be any one of the blood groups. They can end up with a baby with blood group A or B or AB or O. Look, blood group A. So this one plus this one. Or they can be blood group B, this one plus that one. Or they can be blood group A and B, there we go. Or it can be this little one and this little one, and that will give us blood group O. So heterozygous A and B, you can end up with children with every single one of the blood groups. Let's look at our questions quickly. So that's what's important, not so much these questions. As long as you understand those basics that I've just explained to you, you can answer any question on blood. Okay, there's A, there's B, there's AB, and there's O. Why? Co-dominance. Let's quickly do this here. So we want the phenotype. That means what we are going to see physically. What are we going to see physically for Nomzamo? It tells you, and his daughter Nomzamo has the genotype BI, which means that she is going to be blood group B. That's what you're going to see in the phenotype, blood group B. Now, the genotype, that is what's in the genes. For Nocifor, what are we going to see? What is in the genes for Nocifor? They tell you that she has at least blood type A, which means that what is her blood group going to be? Well, it's easy. It's going to be AI. All right? And then the possible genotypes of Richard's of other Richard's offspring, I don't know what other, of Richard's other offspring, other should come in here, but anyway, so what would they be? So remember, Richard is AB. His child is BI. So if we look at this, he is AB, the child is BI, the mother, there's no I here, can you see? So the mother, we know is A, but she must be that. Because how did the child get the I? So the child got the B from dad and the I from mom. And if it's AB and the mother is AI, what can the kids be? The kids can be A, and the children can be A, B. So we have the A from the mother and the B from the dad. Right, so you've literally got everything, and you've got A, I, and you can, yeah, so that's it. Those are your three. And there you go, boom.